removed at some point.
These palm trees, they sway, but each night and each day I'm California dreaming about you. Oh yeah, got this world-class view, but it's you that I think about every time when my mind's on it. And it's you that I think about every time when I be alone. And it's you that I call on my FaceTime when I need something real. Oh yeah, I work the night shift till late in the PM. I'm California dreaming. California dreaming about you. California dreaming about you. California dreaming about you. Oh yeah. Not quite right sometimes, 'cause I've been feeling myself too much. Feeling myself too much. Oh, I'm missing your touch. Missing the way you say my name. If that I'm away, you know I stay. But I got these songs to cut, and it's still with an empty cup. I've been sipping this drink too much, but goddamn, I've been working hard as fuck. And what's work without play in LA? I'm California dreaming. You. One time I tell them I'm California dreaming. Dreaming. One time I tell them I'm California dreaming. Dreaming. California dreaming about you. California dreaming. Dreaming. California dreaming about you. California dreaming about you. California dreaming about you. California dreaming about you. California dreaming. These palm trees, they sway, but each night and each day I'm California dreaming about you. Oh yeah, got this world-class view, but it's you that I think about every time when my mind's on it. And it's you that I think about every time when I be alone. And it's you that I call on my FaceTime when I need something real. Oh yeah, I work the night shift till late in the PM. I'm California dreaming. California dreaming about you. California dreaming about you. sometimes, 'cause I've been feeling myself too much, feeling myself too much. Oh, I'm missing your touch, missing the way you say my name. If that I'm away, you know I stay, but I got these songs to cut, and it's still with an empty cup. I've been sipping this drink too much, but goddamn, I've been working hard as fuck. And what's work without playing LA? I'm California dreaming. One time I tell them I'm California dreaming, dreaming, dreaming. One time I tell them I'm California dreaming, dreaming, dreaming. California dreaming about you. California dreaming, dreaming, dreaming. California dreaming about you. California dreaming about you. California dreaming about you. California dreaming about you. California dreaming. These palm trees, they sway, but each night and each day I'm California dreaming about you. Oh yeah, got this world-class view, but it's you that I think about every time when my mind's on it. And it's you that I think about every time when I feel alone. And it's you that I call on my FaceTime when I need something real. Oh yeah, I work the night shift till late in the PM. I'm California dreaming. California dreaming about you. California dreaming about you. California dreaming about you. Oh yeah, not quite right sometimes, 'cause I've been feeling myself too much, feeling myself too much. Oh, I'm missing your touch, missing the way you say my name. If that I'm away, you know I stay, but I got these songs to cut, and it's still with an empty cup. I've been sipping this drink too much, but goddamn, I've been working hard as fuck. And what's work without playing LA? I'm California dreaming. One time I tell them I'm California dreaming, dreaming, dreaming. One time I tell them I'm California dreaming, dreaming, dreaming. California dreaming about you. California dreaming, dreaming, dreaming. California dreaming about you. California dreaming about you. California California dreaming. These palm trees, they sway, but each night and each day I'm California.
Should admonish me because I misspoke there. No government can grant those
What's
rights.
up, Stabby?
You have a guy who's persecuted more political opponents, Joe Biden, than any person, any president in our lifetime. Hoover should be so lucky.
Watching Crowder.
That's what we're actually dealing with tonight. And here's what's so interesting. These are the top issues of the election, okay? These are the top issues. Let's go to the interactive polls. It looks worse and worse and worse. The more
Making
information
some rice
that comes
for
out,
my brisket.
Biden just wakes up going, shit. That's how he wakes up from his pillow. There's no respite. There's no respite for the poor old bastard.
Say that again?
Just shit. That's how I imagine he wakes up.
Oh, yeah. Shits himself.
So let me go to these polls here, the interactive polls that came from CNN, the most important issues, right, as people relate them. Okay. This is from Washington Post, and here's what's so interesting. The economy, right, is 92%. Okay, 92% said the economy. Threats to democracy in the United States, 85%. Crime, 82%. Immigration, 70%. And the interesting thing about those who say threats to democracy is you would think, oh, that's a Biden talking point. No, this is why this is so important tonight. Most people agree with you. They believe that Donald Trump is a better guard for democracy, that Joe Biden is a greater threat to our democracy. That's from this interactive poll from WAPO. So you look at these top four issues, the economy, threats to democracy, crime, immigration. Top four are all President Trump. Number 5 is racism. I don't know what the hell that means. What are you, pro-racist? Are you anti-racist? You're concerned that your neighbor's racist? Who gives a shit?
They're tired of it.
Yes, that's what I think.
That's what they mean. They're I swear to God, we're at that point.
I know they are, but I want to make sure like he's dominating in ways that we didn't think he would.
Right.
And issues that are important to the American people are not what Democrats are talking about right now. They're trying to put smoke screens out there about the economy working for everybody when it's obviously not, and they're putting abortion front and center. And those issues, the economy is important to people, but they trust Trump way more than they trust Joe Biden on that, and there is proof in the pudding there.
Absolutely.
Trump let us send
And you don't have to guess what he's going to do. He's already done it. You can just look at his record.
Yeah.
That's so unique right now.
Remember when
Trump should send Alvin Bragg a Whitman sampler.
I don't know if we're still on YouTube, but I don't care at this point because they can go screw themselves. Do the promo code Trump2024. You get $24 off. Look, these are the moderators tonight. Remember when they tried to seem biased? Unbiased. They tried to hide their bias back on CNN. Like they'd have Chris Wallace come out like anyone likes him. He's the kind of bastard who brings.
What's this guy fucking doing? Just hitting it across every time.
Megyn
Stop.
Kelly was considered like, oh, that was a bit controversial because he said blood leaking out of her wherever, which by the way happens most likely if you understand biology. The point is, it's not that big of a deal.
That's what I pulled the lever with Trump. I couldn't believe he said that.
I pulled it when he mocked the reporter in a wheelchair.
too.
And said, oh, I don't remember.
That's really when I was laying on the couch. I had one eye open. I go, am I just making fun of a handicapped reporter? Where do I pull the lever? I'm in. Yeah. Somebody give me a ride to the...
That's my guy.
Give me down.
Give me Dominion. I'm switching some votes. So the moderators they have tonight are Jake Tapper.
Delicious.
And Dana Bash, okay?
Yeah.
These are the hacks to end all hacks. And in case you thought, well, maybe they'll do a fair job, the reason they're doing this tonight, remove streams that fact check them. We will be fact checking them. Make sure there's not a single moderator who could even provide something resembling an even playing field. But believe your lying eyes and your lying ears, here are the moderators tonight's debate. That's not them.
The dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler is once again alive and well on a national political stage.
Donald Trump is now the presumptive Republican nominee for president. Should Donald Trump receive intelligence briefings?
That was the worst debate I had ever seen. In fact, it wasn't even a debate. It was a disgrace, primarily because of President Trump.
That was a shit show.
It's worth remembering that while we're sticking to the facts and telling you just what we know, President Trump apparently has no such constraints since he simply makes stuff up. The president paints a picture of Democratic control of Congress that is as nonsensical as it is dystopian, with a healthy wall of racial division.
Trump's claim about Biden orchestrating the trial is baseless. There's no evidence that Joe Biden was involved. There's no evidence, absolutely no evidence that Biden himself was involved.
whatever this spectacle is that's unfolding before us, let's remember what his case is about.
The folks in the control room, I don't need to see any more of that. He's trying to turn this. He's trying to turn it into a spectacle, into a campaign ad. That's enough of that. We've seen it already.
I think the issue that Eric was expressing is the reluctance to criticize President Trump for specifically saying things like very fine people were marching in that rally.
Donald Trump incites a terrorist attack, and they have a different standard.
He went to that rally and called for and incited violence. There aren't even racist undertones, there are racist overtones. I mean, that's just the way it is, by scaring people, in some cases, frankly in most cases, unnecessarily so.
Joe, can you get it out? Let's get the words out, Joe. You kind of feel bad for him.
How do you think it makes little kids with stutters feel when they see you make a comment like that?
Let's recognize this comment for what it is, a long-standing anti-Semitic trope that the true allegiance for Jews is to their religion rather than their country.
Another shocker from Donald Trump, showing nothing, not even one's faith, is off limits in 2024.
It was used in Nazi Germany to justify the arrests, persecutions, and mass killings, an attempted extermination of the Jewish people. And Trump has been pushing this trope for years.
Apparently they've never heard of Jared Kushner.
Exactly. That's all you got to say.
How lazy are they? Yeah, hold on a second. Wait a second. Wait. They compare him to Hitler. Who's done more for Israel, and by the way, has received more anti-Semitic hate than Donald Trump? And I can't think of anybody. Certainly not Joe Biden. You think he's a huge fan of the Jews? He's just too lazy to utter the anti-Semitic remarks because he can't muster the energy. He's too busy hiding classified documents next to his gremlin. Pacer, whatever the fuck. I have no idea. I have a car. He drives.
It's safe as a garage, don't worry.
And by the way, right now, it's just been brought to our attention that there's so many of you that the Rumble servers crashed. So that should be back up. You can go to YouTube and head on over to Rumble. Just please push it back out. Thank God it happened before the stream. And come back in. Let your friends and family know we are going to be live fact-checking this. This is going to be the best spot here tonight. You want the information. You want to know how they are lying, when they are lying. We're going to call it every step of the way. But this is something that happened on CNN not too long ago today, maybe a couple of hours. When people talk about illegal immigration, okay, this was a Biden surrogate. He said that people killed by illegal aliens, that it was nothing more than a bumper sticker slogan. This is what they think of you. Let's play it.
We're all immigrants. I understand you don't want MI6 people and you don't want.
Well, nobody's used to having 7 million people flood the southern border. We all have always had immigration in this country. We never had anything like what we have now. Nothing like this.
This is much more complicated than a phrase, than a catchphrase or a bumper sticker. Donald Trump. I don't
think these people who lost their children are going to feel like it's a catchphrase or a bumper sticker, sir.
Think about that. That is a Biden surrogate. Here's the thing. Maybe it would hold water if you're trying to say, oh, Donald Trump is using them as bumper sticker slogans.
I'm so bad at checking chat, especially during this shit. I'm sorry.
Biden can't remember their names.
Can't stand Crowder.
They're so lazy, they don't realize they shouldn't say the quiet part out loud.
I know you hate Crowder, bro.
People are killed by illegal immigrants. And by the way, they make up 9% of the population, 27% of our federal prisons. We don't know the actual crime rates because you don't want to study them. But every single murder or rape that takes place at the hands of an illegal immigrant is
it's coming up, and this is the live stream of the debate.
Your job.
So memes are wild. I'm gonna check out this meme soon. I can't wait. I bet there's so many memes coming out of this shit.
I'm looking forward.
I can't wait to see.
Mayorkas said it's the criminal.
Just when they get to the debate, they do like
it's just the criminal. Like it's in a vacuum.
Minimal interaction, just let it happen. But I want to see that. This is a 3-hour live stream, so we'll see how far in I get. I'm half hour in right now.
From Transylvania.
So got stuff to see.
We want to talk to this guy and be like, yeah, can we get the Count Dracula?
And yeah, he is very hyperbolic and stuff.
We'll just have a UV light.
But honestly, I filter through it, take what he says for what it is.
30 seconds away.
Spotted out, nesting in his eyebrows.
I just try to take the fact out of it. You know what I mean?
With you, it is the Crowder debate. Is it debate night? Debate stream?
I'll check out that other guy you sent in chat, and I'll see what's up there.
We're gearing up for election. You're running? Son of a bitch. There's so much that I have to hit. We also have a 7+1. We also have Thomas Finnegan later. But let's hear them set this up with their hackery.
A key battleground state in the race for the White House. In just moments, the current U.S. president will debate the former U.S. president as their party's presumptive nominee. First in American history. We want to welcome our viewers in the United States.
Hopefully you can see some old black ladies with funny hats.
This is the CNN presidential debate.
This debate
Yeah,
is
give us a lot more volume there, Billy the Kid.
and it's coming to you live on CNN, CNN International, CNN.com, CNN Max, and CNN.
Nice, bro. Thank you.
Oh, thank God.
Freddie Prinze is watching.
Get more Hispanics to vote for Trump. It's working. It's working wonders for you. Hey, I saw her in my sleep paralysis. It's a Slender Man.
Dana Bash used to be married to a guy who's one of the 51 guys who signed that thing on the laptop.
Yeah, the Russia collusion hoax, I believe.
And Tap with the most punchable face.
Gotta do everything around here.
She looks like the news anchors in the original Batman who were using Grand X when the Joker poisoned the makeup supply. Someone pull that up.
Oh, why is it not showing me recent chat? Hold on. Sorry, give me one sec, Stabby. I don't know why it's not. There it is. Everything online with a grain of salt. Absolutely. Yeah. Anything anyone says, I'm watching that shit.
Oh, wonderful.
Any more control?
Don't appreciate people think a lot is funny. Plus, there's a whole VIP his pregnant wife thing. Yeah, I don't think that was that bad. Seen some stuff about it. Still a fan.
No shit, said Gallagher's brother.
But yeah, I take it all with a grain of salt. With the
Every time they muted him,
because obviously he's got to put on a show. He's got millions of people. You know,
that's a bad walk.
That's what he does is be his character. So I just try to not ignore it, but you know, look past his character that he's putting on and take the information.
Look at Trump just took a dump.
And also his guest Nick DiPaolo is great. I love him. Josh Firestein's pretty good sometimes. So that's good. Sorry. Put this back.
Is their top concern the economy? President Biden, inflation has slowed, but prices remain high. Since he took office, the price of essentials has increased. For example, a basket of groceries that cost $100 then now costs more than $120. And typical home prices have jumped more than 30%.
The basket company.
What do you say to voters who feel they are worse off under your presidency
That's Nick
than they were
DiPaolo.
under President Trump?
You're right. You gotta take a look at what I was at.
Holy shit.
We had an economy that was in free fall. The pandemic was so badly handled. Many people were dying. All they said was not that serious. Just inject a little bleach in your arm.
Sounds like he lost
Badly handled because of you.
Just inject bleach into your arm? Okay.
He's not going to last. His voice is already gone.
It's terrible. And so
Corleone.
what we do is try to put things back together again. That's exactly what we began to do. We created 15,000 new jobs.
He sounds so bad.
Yeah, you got rid of the jobs.
We have 800,000.
He sounds old.
the yelling for the whole last week.
Yeah, he sounds horrible.
Cheerleader.
I come from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
No, you don't.
2/3 of the total jobs were recovered during the pandemic, just to be clear. What, Rumble's back up? Okay, good. 25% of his new jobs are government jobs. The average household income went up $4,000 for the average American under Donald Trump. Went down $4,200 under Biden. All references available publicly.
Too many new units. And make sure we cap rents so corporate greed can't take over. The combination of what's left of the corporate greed is the reason why we need problem. In addition to that, we're in a situation where if we had to look at all that was done in his administration, we couldn't do much at all. By the time he left, there's things were chaos. Things were chaos. And so,
I was going to January 6th. What?
I said, do his job and make sure we have a situation where we now we brought down the price of prescription.
Hey, hypocrisy.
To $15 for.
See a hypocrite how he treats his wife. Where I guess it's all about like that situation and the specifics. So can't really get into that because I don't really know.
I thought it was Cap.
Just a person. But yeah, like I said, I come for the facts. I look past his character that he puts on and all the jokes and stuff, and I just look for the facts of what he's presenting. Because most of the time, I probably will line up with his side of it, even if I don't. At least I know what the facts are. So, is what it is.
And when we
money necessary so we wouldn't end up in a Great Depression, the likes of which we had in 1929. By the time we finished, so we did a great job. We got a lot of credit for the economy, a lot of credit for the military, and no wars, and so many other things. Everything was rocking good. But the thing we never got the credit for, and we should have, is getting us out of that COVID mess. He created mandates that was a disaster for our country.
Yep, that's true.
That, we had given them back a country where the stock market actually was higher than pre-COVID, and nobody thought that was even possible. The only jobs he created were for illegal immigrants and bounce-back jobs, a bounce-back from the COVID.
My bad.
He has not done a good job. He's done a good job, and inflation's killing our country. It is absolutely killing us.
Thank you. President Biden?
Look, the greatest economy in the world. He's the only one who thinks that. I don't know anybody else who thinks that.
Polls show the vast majority of the American people. Your ball.
That is not a word for us.
Yeah, it's true.
I find myself in a situation where
Polls do show the vast majority of American people think so.
we have the largest tax cut in American history, $2 trillion.
Before he took office, we had the highest corporate tax rate in the industrialized world. Your ball.
He's the only president I've ever heard of who had law school job that he had. He's sort of who. The idea that he did something that was significant in the military, you know, when he was president, we were still killing people in Afghanistan. He didn't do anything about that.
Wait, you mean your withdrawal? Is he committing political suicide tonight?
Yeah, what
comment.
Essential. It doesn't have any this decade. Any troops dying anywhere.
What?
President Trump, I want to follow up if I can. You want to respond to this? Well, I'm going to ask you a follow-up. You can do whatever you want with the minute that we give you.
By the way, that certainly counts as a Biden moment. Take a drink because
you can do whatever we want with the moment, with the minute we give you.
I'm going to grab it now. It's just going to close countries that have been ripping us off for years, like China and many others, in all fairness to China. It's going to just force them to pay us a lot of money, reduce our deficit tremendously, and give us a lot of power for other things. But he made a statement. The only thing he was right about is I gave you the largest tax cut in history. I also gave you the largest regulation cut in history. That's why you had all the jobs. And the jobs went down and then they bounced back. And he's taking credit for bounce back jobs. You can't do that. He also said
you can't do that.
inflation, and it stayed that way for 14
I'm sorry, Stabby. I'm looking at chat soon. Just trying to win this overtime.
Billy, be quick with the ding.
And they don't know what they did.
And the horn.
It's probably the worst administration in history. There's never
Come
been.
on, bro.
And as far as Afghanistan is concerned, I was getting out of Afghanistan. We were getting out with dignity, with strength, with power. We got out. It was the most embarrassing day in the history of our country's life.
Oh my God.
Three-pointer.
I think Joe just pooped.
He did.
We have a poop watch.
Yeah, you did.
Dude, Joe's face during this.
$8.4 billion in new debt. Well, so far, President Biden, you've approved $4.3 billion in new debt. So former President Trump,
Holy crap!
into law are set to expire next year. You want to extend them and go even further, you say. With the U.S. facing trillion-dollar deficits and record debt, why should top earners and corporations pay even less in taxes than they do now?
Because the tax cut spurred the greatest economy that we've ever seen just prior to COVID. And even after COVID, it was so strong that we were able to get through COVID much better than just about any other country. But we spurred, that tax was spurred. Now, when we cut the taxes, as an example, the corporate tax was cut down to 21% from 39%, plus beyond that. We took in more revenue with much less tax, and companies were bringing back trillions of dollars back into the country. The country was going
right, that makes sense.
before. And
Figured it would be something like that.
Hauser's Law. No matter what kind of taxes you put up, tax as a percentage of GDP is remarkably stable, between 16 and 20%. Since World War II. Reference available.
We did a lot to fix it. I gave him an unbelievable situation with all of the therapeutics and all of the things that we came up with. We gave him something great. Remember, more people died under his
I have to check my rice real quick.
Even though we had largely fixed it. More people died under his administration than our administration, and we were right in the middle of it. Something which a lot of people don't like to talk about. But he had far more people
Was that the horn or Joe?
in his administration. He did the mandate, which is a disaster, mandating it. the vaccine went out, he did a mandate on the vaccine, which is the thing that people most objected to about the vaccine.
Nice pivot.
Boom.
He did a very poor
Perfect.
job, just a very
I
poor
brought you
job.
the vaccine. He mandated it. Nailed it.
He's got to stay on that.
We're no longer respected as a country.
More
They
detail.
don't respect our leadership. They don't respect the United States anymore. We're like a third world nation between weaponization of his election, trying to go after his political opponent. All of the things he's
Leaned
done,
right
we've become
into it.
like a
Save
third
some of
world
it, though.
nation, and it's a shame. The damage he's done to our country, and I'd love to ask him, and will, why he allowed millions of people to come in here from prisons, jails, and mental institutions to come into our country and destroy our
Stick
country.
it. Give him the floor.
President Trump,
Perfect.
Love it. Later in this block,
That's
President
nice.
Biden, I want to give you an opportunity to respond to this question about the national
First time
debt.
they covered for him.
Oh,
All right,
they
give me
covered
1 sec.
for
I'm
him.
gonna check my
Moderators
rice.
covered for him. Drink.
Number one.
He doesn't have to answer.
Number
Remember,
two,
every time they do it, it
we've
makes
got
Biden look weak. They
$2
protected him right there.
I feel sorry for anybody who played drinking bingo with this debate. Biden, all the propaganda. Dude, on Crowder, they already hit like 7 of them. Like, I don't know.
Billionaires in America.
Oh, Lord.
And what's happening?
Yeah, I don't know. As far as trillionaires, the number you're looking for is 0.
If they just paid 24%.
Do you realize just his voice is hanging himself?
$500 million.
Just the contrast in energy.
In a 10-year period. We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to
We need some elder care in the White
our
House.
healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make
ain't got
every
90
single
minutes in 'em.
solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the
Biden moment, drink.
COVID. Excuse me, with
That's
Listen.
dealing with everything we have to do with.
Listen.
Oh, gosh.
Getting worse.
oh,
Listen.
We finally beat Medicare.
holy
Biden, President
shit.
I told you he'd make.
He just lost the election.
I told you
he
he'd
just
make-
lost the election. Joe Biden just lost that election.
Well, if he didn't have the media and the whole world on his
He
side.
just lost it.
Wow.
Medicare, they're putting
Finish your
them on
drink.
I say
Yeah,
him.
finish your
I
drink.
predicted he'd do that at least 3 times tonight. There's number one.
Single-handedly
His voice isn't going to hold out.
Hold on, let's hear
millions and
his
millions of
rebuttal.
people coming in, they're trying to put them on Social Security. He will wipe out Social Security. He will wipe out Medicare. So he was right.
Look
in
at
the way
Biden's face.
finished
He
that
knows he screwed up.
sentence.
Look.
And it's a shame. What's happened
He's
to our
living in the past
country
right there.
in the last 4 years is not to be believed. Foreign countries, I'm friends with a lot of people. They cannot believe what happened to the United States of America. We're no longer respected. They don't like us. We give them everything they want, and they think we're stupid. They think we're very stupid
He looks on the
people.
verge of tears.
What we're doing for other countries,
He's
and
doing
they
a good
do
job of
nothing
not
for
going
us.
after him, too,
What
now.
this
Let him
man
hang
has
himself.
done is absolutely criminal.
Thank you, President Trump. Dana?
This is the first presidential election since the Supreme Court overturned
Since the
Roe
last
v.
one.
Wade. This morning,
Here
the
we go.
court ruled on yet another abortion case, temporarily allowing emergency abortions to
Idaho.
continue in Idaho.
This is easy for you, President
despite
Trump.
that
Nail
Went
it.
to the states.
Fastball
Joe
down.
Biden
Former
doesn't respect the
President
courts. He wants to pack the
You
courts.
take credit for the
Yeah, it's that
decision
easy.
to overturn Roe v. Wade,
Damn
which returned
straight.
the issue of abortion to the states.
Correct.
I love
However,
babies.
the federal government still plays a role in whether or not women have access.
I love babies.
to
Joe
abortion
Biden hasn't
pills.
talked to his grandbaby.
Used in about two-thirds
Say her name,
of all
Joe.
Denies her existence. Who does that?
Would you block abortion medication?
First of all, the Supreme Court just approved the abortion bill, and I agree with their decision to have done that, and I will not block it. And if you look at this whole question that you're asking, complex but not really complex. 51 years ago, you had Roe v. Wade. And
He didn't get his drug cocktail right. He was sleeping until the break. Didn't really wake up until Trump went after Hunter.
Conservatives,
Look at him.
everybody
Look at him
wanted to
thinking, bro.
religiously
That's
do-
hilarious.
And what I did is I put 3 great Supreme Court justices on the court, and they happened to vote in favor of killing Roe v. Wade and moving it back to the states. This is something that everybody wanted. Now, 10 years ago or so, they started talking about how many weeks and how many this, getting into other things. But every legal scholar throughout the world, the most respected, wanted it brought back to the states. I did that. Now the states are working it out. If you look at Ohio, it was
Joe's
a
not
decision
blinking.
that was an end result that was a little bit more liberal than you would have thought. Kansas, I would say the same thing. Texas is different. Florida is different. But they're all making their own decisions right now. And right now, the states control it. That's the vote of the people.
Don't spend too much
Like
time on
Ronald
this.
Reagan, I
Perry,
believe in
put
the
it on Biden. Ask him,
exceptions. I
what's the
am
li-
a
so
person
so
that
Joe?
believes.
What would you do?
And
What's the
frankly,
limitation?
I think it's important
Where
to
would you
make
stop it?
exceptions. Some people
He
just
can't
follow
answer.
your heart. Some
Toss it to
people
Joe
don't
right now.
follow
This turn this into an opportunity.
Exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. I think it's very important. Some people don't. Follow your heart, but you have to get elected also, and because that has to do with other things. You got to get elected. The problem they have is they're radical because they will take the life of a child in the 8th month, the 9th month, and even after birth. After birth, if you look at the former governor of Virginia,
Ralph Northam.
he was willing to do this. He said, well, put the baby aside.
If Biden
and
says
we'll
that's not
determine what
true,
we do with
we're
the
going to make
baby,
sure it's
meaning
publicly
we'll kill the
available.
baby.
Ralph Northam saying, we'll make the child comfortable and then decide what to do.
I got a whole bit on
And
it.
the country is now
I can't
coming
remember.
together on this issue. It's been a great thing.
Thank you. President Biden?
Let's see.
It's been a terrible thing, what you've done. The fact is that the vast majority of the constitutional scholars
You old pocket watch.
support it.
What?
And that's this idea that they're all against it is just ridiculous. And this is the guy who says the state should be able to have it. We're in a state where in 6 weeks, you don't even know whether you're pregnant or not, but you cannot see a doctor and have him decide on what your circumstances are, whether you need help. The idea that states are able to do this is a little like saying we're going to turn civil rights back to the states. Let each state have a different rule. Look, there's so many young women.
Good idea.
Civil rights, you mean the rights that your party opposed?
Yeah. And he went to the funeral. The idea that she was murdered by an immigrant coming in to
Not
talk
illegal
about
immigrant.
that. But here's the deal.
What?
There's a lot of young women are being raped by their in-laws, by their
Less than
by
1%.
their spouses.
Bring up the stats. Less than
Brothers and
1%,
sisters.
according to the largest surveys and data analysis that we have, are due to rape and or incest, and less than 0.5% are for medical necessity in the case of the fetus. It's less than 2% total. Bring it up, mission control. It's not even close.
Across our border. We have a border that's the most dangerous
rape by
place
in-laws?
anywhere in the world. Consider
Yeah,
the
if it's
most
him.
dangerous place anywhere in the
Is that
world.
what he said?
And he opened it up.
He's doing
and
it.
these killers are
That was
coming
a
into our
confession.
country. And they are raping and killing women. And it's a terrible thing. As far as the abortion is concerned, it is now back with the states. The states are voting. In many cases, it's frankly a very liberal decision. In many cases, it's the opposite. But they're voting, and it's bringing it back to the vote of the people, which is what everybody wanted, including the founders, if they knew about this issue, which frankly they didn't. But they would have. Everybody wanted brought back.
It's pretty hard to perform an abortion with a wooden stick and a monoscope.
Everybody wanted
was
it
just
brought
thinking.
back, and many presidents had tried to get it back. I was the one to do it. And again, this gives it
musket
the
in that
vote
fetus
of
is.
the people, and that's where
4
they wanted
whores
it.
and
Every
7
legal
contractions
scholar
ago.
wanted it that way.
Staying on the topic of abortion, President
Of course you
Biden,
want to stay on the
7
topic of
states-
abortion.
I'll let you do that. This is the same topic. 7 states have no legal restrictions on how far into a pregnancy a woman can obtain an
Bring up the
abortion.
2% number,
Do
please.
you
Less than
support
2% of all
any legal
abortions, rape,
limits on
incest,
how
and
late a
here
woman
you just say,
should be
fine,
able to
we've made
terminate a
exceptions for that. Will you ban the other ones?
Roe
Let's.
v. Wade, which had 3 trimesters. The first time is between the woman and the doctor. Second time is between the doctor and an extreme situation. The
What?
Third time between the baby and a mechanic.
The doctor, between the woman and the
Oh,
state.
oh,
The idea that
O'Reilly!
the politicians,
Baby
that
parts.
the founders wanted the politicians to be the ones making decisions about women's health is ridiculous.
What is he
It's
talking
a
about?
law. No politician.
than-
Hey, by the
making
way,
decisions.
people out there,
A doctor should be
10 to
making these decisions.
15,000
That's how it should be
abortions
run.
take place every year
That's what
after
should be
22
done.
weeks, meaning when it's
And
viable.
Yep.
10 to
I'm gonna
15,000
restore
every
those
single year, according to the CDC. I will make that publicly available.
Just
That's a Holocaust.
In the
Just
9th
at Snoop
month
Dogg's house.
And even after birth, because some states, Democrat run, take it after birth. Again, the former governor of Virginia, put the baby down, then we decide what to do with it. So he's willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month and kill
Look at
the
him.
baby. Nobody wants that to happen, Democrat or Republican. Nobody wants it to happen.
That is simply not true.
Yeah,
Get
it
the
is.
clip ready
We have
of
it.
Governor Ralph Northam. Have it.
That's
Okay,
not
bring it
the
up really
survey.
quickly. I don't want to interrupt, but bring up the clip.
In danger, she's going to die.
Bring that
That's the
down,
only
bring this up.
circumstance.
Put us in the lower third.
The infant would be resuscitated if
Make
that's
it
what
feel comfortable.
the mother and the family desired.
And I regret that those comments.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's go back.
On the
Said
state,
it.
you can do whatever you want.
Rape and
We
incest.
don't
CNN,
think
fact
that's a
check
good
Biden on
thing.
that,
We
Crick.
think it's a radical thing. We think the Democrats are the radicals, not the Republicans.
For 51
Life
years,
Drake.
that was the law. 51 years,
was wrong.
said it was the right way to go. 51 years, and it was taken away
Wrong.
because this guy put very conservative members on the Supreme Court. He takes credit for taking it away. What's he going to do? What's he going to do, in fact, if the MAGA Republicans, he gets elected, and the MAGA
He
Republicans
already
control
did
the
it,
Congress,
dummy.
and they
He put
pass
it back
a
to the
universal
states.
ban
What's he gonna do?
on abortion,
He's gonna put it more to the states.
That's
Shut up, you crazy old rapist.
Very, very conservative. Should I sign that bill? I'll veto it. He'll sign it.
Thank you.
Yeah, talk about how you reversed his 89
You
executive
swat the
orders on
Dems,
immigration.
calling
and
Biden
allowed,
drop
4
out after
million
this debate.
illegals
No
to be apprehended
shit,
at the
dude.
southern border. Record numbers.
Scott being annoying talking
Overwhelming
about
0.4% of
0.4% total. Rate Biden says 0.4.
Yeah.
It's 0.6% if Biden's included in the sample study.
Given that, why should voters trust you to solve this crisis?
Because we worked very hard to get a bipartisan agreement that not only changed all of that.
He's going to blame Trump.
Made sure that we are in a situation where you had no circumstance where they could come across the border with the number of border police there are now. We significantly increased the number of asylum officers. By the way, the Border Patrol endorsed my position. In addition to that,
that's not true. Bring that up. That is not true. The Border Patrol agency absolutely endorsed Donald Trump. Please bring that up.
The families were separated. That's not the right way to go. What I've done since I've changed the law, what's happened? I've changed it in a way that
8 million illegal apprehensions at the border under your first 3 years. 3 million under Donald Trump. And by the way, the numbers are pretty damn clear as far as illegals with criminal records. 12,000 average per year under Biden as opposed to 5,000 under Trump. Actual terrorists at the southern border who made it through, 380 under Biden versus 11 under Trump. It's not even close. That's what you did, Joe.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look, we have the safest border in the history of our country. The border, all he had to do was leave it. All he had to do was leave it. He decided to open up our border, open up our country to people that are from prisons, people that are from mental institutions, insane asylums.
12,797 that we know of.
Terrorists coming into our country right now, all terrorists, all over the world, not just in South America, all over the world. They come from the Middle East, everywhere. All over the world, they're pouring in. And this guy just left it open. And he didn't need legislation because I didn't have legislation. I said, close the border. We had the safest border in history. In that final couple of months of my presidency, we had, according to Border Patrol, who is great, and by the way, who endorsed me for president, but I won't say that, but they endorsed me for president. Brandon, just said to him.
There you go. Do we have the confirmation? Did Mission Control send it?
Now we have the worst border in history. There's never
the
been
site is
anything
down
like it.
currently.
And people are dying.
Here's where the
all over
contrast.
They probably were overloaded because Biden said they endorsed me, and people went, "Whoa!"
Here's where the contrast is. You got a record to run on now.
Administration killed an Al-Qaeda person come in and his administration killed 3 American soldiers.
No, you said because you were talking.
11 terrorists encountered at the southern border under Trump's entire tenure. 380 that we know of with Biden up until now.
That's simply not true. There's no data to support what he said. Once again, he's exaggerating. He's lying.
11 to 380,
staying
bitch.
on the topic of immigration, you've said that you're going to carry out, quote, the largest domestic deportation operation in American history, unquote.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you will deport every undocumented immigrant in America, including those
One
who
can
have
hope.
jobs, including those whose spouses are citizens, and including those who have lived here for decades? And if so, how will you do it?
Yes, but only Puerto Ricans. 2 Toyotas.
The people we killed are al-Baghdadi and Soleimani, the 2 greatest terrorists, biggest terrorists anywhere in the world, and it had a huge impact on everything.
He literally just said the greatest terrorist and then corrected himself.
He's the one that killed people with bad water, including hundreds of thousands of people dying, and also killing our citizens when they come in. We are living right now in a rat's nest. They're killing our people in New York, in California, in every state in the union because we don't have borders.
This is the difference in
anymore.
tone. When
Every
Donald
state
Trump
is now
brought
a
this
border.
up in 2016, people said it was racist. They're now starting with the acknowledgement that it's a problem and trying to say, Joe, right? You know it's a problem, right? And he poops his pants.
We've never seen. We call it migrant crime. I call it Biden migrant crime. They're killing our citizens at a level that we've never seen before.
And he should say, I predicted this. Do you remember?
These 3 incredible young girls over the last few days.
Call me
One of them
Nostradamus.
just spoke to the mother, and he just had the funeral for this girl, 12 years old. This is horrible what's taken place. What's taken place in our country, we're literally an uncivilized country now. He doesn't want it to be. He just doesn't know. He opened the borders. Nobody's ever seen anything like. And we have to get a lot of these people out, and we have to get them out fast.
They forgot to coach Biden on his face. And I mean it. They forgot to coach him on his face. Close your mouth and look alert.
Look at him. Other places.
He
Our
can't.
veterans are
He's
on the
never looked
street
older.
dying because he doesn't care about our
No, you're right.
veterans.
He's never looked worse.
He's never looked
Has
older.
Biden ever looked worse? I don't think so.
It's not enough.
Nobody been worse I had the highest.
This is an
approval
open
rating for
casket funeral.
veterans taking care of the VA.
It's way worse than I thought it was going to be.
He's gotten rid of all the things that I approved. Choice.
Trump
that I got
sounds the
through
same as he did
Congress,
20.
All of the different things I
2020.
approved. They abandoned.
Biden reversed.
He brought up the 12-year-old girl. No way, that's crazy.
Order. 89. He didn't just screw it up. He made it a priority, folks.
Dude, why would he do that? That's like, bro. What are you doing?
President
It's a
Biden.
very sad day in America.
President Biden, you have the mic.
Every single thing
Drink.
you said is a lie.
Anytime the moderators cut
Every
Trump
single
off,
word.
drink.
For example, veterans are a hell of a lot better off since I passed the PACT Act. 1 million of them now have insurance and their families have it. Their families have it because what happened, whether it was Agent Orange or Burnquist, they're all being covered now.
Holy shit.
When people oppose this. It's also a situation where we have great respect for veterans. My son spent a year in Iraq, living around next to one of those burn pits, came back with stage 4 glioblastoma.
He was in the brigade of Miso Horny.
In France for the D-Day. And I spoke to all about those heroes that died. I went to the World War II cemetery, World War I cemetery.
To be buried?
To go to. He was standing as 4-star general.
Which one, Joe?
He told us that I don't want to go in there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers. My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're a sucker. You're the loser.
President Trump.
Oh my word.
First of all, that was a made-up book, Suckers and Losers. They made it up. It was in a third-rate magazine that's failing, like many of these magazines. He made that up. He put it in commercials.
That life moment. That, by the way, when you have no authority, Biden has to, they say, do the cleaning. Oh, my. Joe, you look like Dirty Harry just then.
Because nobody's taking credit. Yeah, I'm so glad this came up, and he brought it up. There's nobody that's taken better care of our soldiers than I have. To think that I would confront generals and others, say suckers and losers. We have 19 people that said it was never said by me. It was made up by him, just like Russia.
Bring up the fact check, everybody.
Here we go.
Just like the 51 intelligence
Here we go.
agents are made up. Just like the new thing with the 16 economists are talking. It's the same thing. 51 intelligence agents said that the laptop was Russia disinformation. It wasn't. That came from his son Hunter.
Oh,
it
references
wasn't Russia
Hunter Biden.
disinformation. He made up the suckers and
Refill.
losers. He should apologize.
If this was a fight, they'd stop it.
4-star general standing beside who's on your staff who said
Sorry, what?
Said, period. That's number one. And number two, the idea that I have to apologize to you for anything along the line. We've done more for veterans than any president has.
How about prosecuting him? How about saying that you wouldn't allow him to become president?
Look now or their family. The only sacred obligation we have as a country is to care for our veterans when they come home, and their families, and equip them when they go to war.
Yeah, you only care for them if they're a 6-year-old girl named veteran.
Weren't you looking at your watch when the caskets were coming up?
That's true.
All right, thank you so much.
Here's the thing, no one buys it. No one buys that Joe Biden is going to be stronger on the border. No one buys, even Democrats don't buy that he's better for the military. They just, he can't sell it.
Russian President
Trump has
Vladimir
erected.
only end this war if Russia keeps the Ukrainian territory it has already claimed and Ukraine abandons its bid to join NATO. Are Putin's terms acceptable to you?
First of all, our veterans and our soldiers can't stand this guy.
Yeah.
That we've ever had.
I don't have any refills here, so I'll drink water, but
get it.
And they like me more than just
Refill for
about
Steven.
anyone.
During the abortion portion, Joey asked the question trailed off talk about a 12-year-old murdered by illegals. Oh, that's right. I remember hearing that. Yep.
We had a real president, the president that knew
Yeah,
that
it's
was
crazy.
respected by Putin. He would have never invaded Ukraine. A lot of people are dead right now, much more than people know. You know, they talk about numbers. You can double those numbers, maybe triple those numbers.
Thank you.
He did nothing to stop it. In fact, I think he encouraged Russia from going in. I'll tell you what happened. He was so bad with Afghanistan. It was such a horrible embarrassment, most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, that when Putin watched that and he saw the incompetence, that he should have fired those generals like I fired the one that you mentioned. And so he's got no love lost. But he should have fired those generals. No general got fired for the most embarrassing.
Dude, don't hit it towards our fucking goal.
Afghanistan, where we left billions of dollars of equipment behind. We lost 13 beautiful soldiers.
That was Wolf Blitz. They had to take a dump.
By the way, we left people behind too. We left American citizens behind. When Putin saw that, he
also
said,
giant pallets of cash and helicopters that they couldn't even fly. Look at this! Everyone keep my copter!
The difference is he never would have
That's
invaded
interesting. There is a
Ukraine. Never.
Putin saw that and said, you know what?
Of course, the world sees weakness.
in a million years.
The point Trump is making here, he's being a little long-winded, is that the world has seen weakness. You compare both Obama and Biden to Donald Trump. No new war started. With Biden, you look at the North Korea-Russia alliance, which is a very unlikely alliance. You look at the Ukraine war. You look at the war that's happened in Israel. You look at the Afghanistan withdrawal. You look at the strengthening of ISIS. You look at the Iran nuclear deal. You look at under Obama, Crimea. It's undeniable. Code Pink, where are you? You cackling hag?
Malarkey! We're in a situation where, let's take the last point first.
It sounds so horrible.
Attack American troops, kill or cause brain damage for a number of these troops, and he did nothing about it.
Were you one of them?
Who they attacked? He said they're just having headaches. That's all it is. And he didn't do a thing when the attack took place, number one. Number two.
Did he just say that Donald Trump said they're just having headaches of the troops who were attacked? Is that what he just implied?
Was he talking about the troops, or is that the ambassadors? Remember the sound thing?
I don't know who he was talking about. He's incoherent.
This guy told Ukraine, told Trump, do whatever you want.
That's so gay. I have Rumble and Mug Club. Alright, well, let me pull it up on Rumble. Let me win this game first. What a fucking cock-ass, dude. Nice.
All right, thank you so much.
Here's the thing, no one buys it. No one buys that Joe Biden is going to be stronger on the border. No one buys, even Democrats don't buy that he's better for the military. They just, he can't sell it.
Former President Trump, Russian President
Trump
Vladimir
has a
Putin
record.
says he'll only end this war if Russia keeps the Ukrainian territory it has already claimed and Ukraine abandons its bid to join NATO. Are Putin's terms acceptable to you?
First of all, our veterans and our soldiers can't stand this guy. They can't stand him. They think he's the worst commander-in-chief, if that's what you call him, that we've ever had.
I don't have
They
any
can't stand him.
refills
Let's
here,
get
so I'll
that
drink
straight.
water, but
Get it.
And they like me more than just
Refill for
about
Steven
anyone.
now.
And that's based on every single bit of information. As far as
I want him
Russia
sauced.
and Ukraine, if we had a real president, a president that knew, that was respected by Putin, he would have never invaded Ukraine. A lot of people are dead right now, much more than people know. You know, they talk about numbers. You can double those numbers, maybe triple those numbers.
Thank you.
He did nothing
Gracias.
to stop it. In fact, I think he encouraged Russia from going in. I'll tell you what happened. He was so bad with Afghanistan. It was such a horrible embarrassment, most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, that when Putin watched that and he saw the incompetence, that he should have fired those generals like I fired the one that you mentioned. And so he's got no love lost. But he should have fired those generals. No general got fired for the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, Afghanistan, where we left billions of dollars of
Just walked
equipment
in front of the
behind.
camera.
We lost
was a
13
ghost.
beautiful soldiers.
That
and
was Wolf
38
Blitz. They had to take a dump.
And by the way, we left people behind too. We left American citizens behind. When Putin saw that, he
also
said,
giant pallets of cash and helicopters that they couldn't even
He's
fly.
got in the feed to push people to Rumble. Well, to be fair, bro, you can't say shit on YouTube without getting
he
banned.
never would have
That's
invaded.
interesting, though.
Like, that's why I stream on
Never.
Rumble. And I say shit that will get me
Of course,
expand on other
The world
platforms.
sees
but
weakness.
I know Rumble's not going to do that.
The point Trump is
Which
making
is
here,
why
being
I
a little
don't mind
long-winded,
saying
is
it, 'cause I
that
still
the
got
world
Rumble.
has seen
So,
weakness.
like,
You
I
compare
get
both
that.
Obama and Biden to Donald Trump. No new wars started. With Biden, you look at the North Korea-Russia alliance, which is a very unlikely alliance. You look at the Ukraine war. You look at the war that's happened in Israel. You look at the Afghanistan withdrawal.
got a lot
look at the
going
strengthening
against
of
you. I
ISIS.
paid
You look at
the,
the Iran nuclear deal. You look at under Obama, Crimea.
Mug
It's
Club fee.
undeniable. Code Pink, where are you?
I'm a Mug
You
Club
cackling
member,
hack.
so.
My whole life. Look, the fact of the matter is that we're in a situation where, let's take the last point first.
He sounds so
Iran
horrible.
attacked American troops, caused brain damage for a number of these troops, and he did nothing about it.
Were you one of them?
He was president. They attacked. He said they're just having headaches. That's all it is. And he didn't do a thing when the attack took place, number one. Number two.
Did he just say that Donald Trump said they're just having headaches to troops who were attacked? Is that what he just implied?
Was he talking about the troops, or is that with the ambassadors? Remember the sound thing?
Yeah.
I don't know what he was talking about. He's incoherent.
This guy told Trump, do whatever you want, do whatever you want. And that's exactly what Trump did. To Putin, encourage him, do whatever you want.
What he meant to say is that's what Putin did.
Right.
But he said that's what Trump did.
Right.
Because he's retarded.
Right.
Well,
Well, he's never been older.
That's what he wanted to reestablish. Key.
Let's not tar and feather the good name of all the old people in this country who aren't serial incestuous pedophiles, okay? He's just a bad person and his soul is escaping his body.
1 minute, I just want to go back to my original
He's
question.
never sounded
which is,
older or
are
looked
peace
older.
Terms acceptable to you? Keeping the
No, they're
territory
not
in Ukraine.
acceptable. No, they're not acceptable. But look, this is a war that
Can I
never
just
should have
say
started.
something?
If we had a
Well, that's
leader
good.
in this war, he led everybody along. He's given $200 billion now or more to Ukraine. He's given $200 billion. That's a lot of money.
They're going to fact check and say that's false. It's pledged. It doesn't mean it's been delivered yet. The principle's the same. It's a lot of money. Zelensky has 2 yachts.
Look at Joe.
And I'm not knocking him. I'm not knocking anything.
Look, he hasn't blinked in a minute.
The money that we're spending on this war, and we shouldn't be spending, it should have never happened. I will have that war settled between Putin and Zelensky as president-elect before I take office on January 20th. I'll have that
Now
war
look,
settled.
I want to say something really quickly. Remember when he said, I'll have that war settled. People go, oh, these crazy promises. Remember when he said, we're going to put the embassy in Jerusalem? Remember when he said, you're going to have peace with Israel in the Middle East?
Yeah,
you're going to have that. People said, no way. We had 2 peace accords that we've never seen in our lifetime and no new wars. Remember that. When he made a promise before, remember he said, we're going to see 4% growth, right, as far as GDP? Yep. He did it. He did it.
The Middle East thing was the most amazing thing to me. Even I was questioning whether that was fair.
If he takes Ukraine, what do you think happens to Poland? What do you think of Belarus? What do you think happens to those
We
NATO
made it.
countries?
Only
And so
they'll
if
get you
want a
flagged after
war,
the 2 hour
you ought
mark.
to find out what he's going to do.
Showing guns,
because
blood, or death.
If in fact he does what he says and walks away. By the way,
YouTube's fucking
all that money we give you,
bad, dude.
weapons we make here in the United States, we give them the weapons, not the money at this point. And our NATO allies.
Oh, so giant kickbacks to no-bid weapons contractors. Then he'll turn around and bitch about the military-industrial complex.
Here's to Honeywell.
Thank you. Moving on to the Middle East. In October,
I think now they'll be made by
Hamas
KitchenAid.
attacked Israel, killing more than 1,000 people and taking hundreds
Hey,
of
Joe,
hostages.
bend over.
Among those
I have a
held
blender
in
that doubles
So
as
again, you gotta
fucking
wait 2 hours to do that? That's so fucking gay, bro.
Israel's response has
Rather
killed
just go
thousands
on
of
Rumble and
Palestinians and created a
do my shit.
humanitarian crisis in Gaza.
Shut up.
President Biden, you've put forward a proposal to resolve this conflict.
Gaza was a
But so far, Hamas has not released the remaining hostages, and Israel is continuing its military offensive in Gaza.
She's been using
So
brain
what
hacks.
additional leverage will you use to get Hamas and Israel to
Look at him,
end
he
the
looks
war? You
scared.
have 2 minutes.
Number one.
Did you go number 1?
From the United Nations
No, it's number 2. It's always number 2.
Security Council, straight through the G7 to the Israelis, and Netanyahu himself have endorsed the plan that put
This guy makes RFK Jr. sound like Pavarotti.
Yo, Nick the follow for the win, bro.
Yes, it does.
That's good.
I like that guy.
The only one who wants the war to continue is Hamas. Number one. They're the only ones standing up.
This is really shitty for Biden because the radical leftists love Hamas and he has to act like he doesn't. It's tough for him. Plus, he's retarded.
The only thing I denied Israel was 2,000-pound bombs.
And they don't like him
work
because
very well.
they think he's doing too much for
A lot
Israel.
of innocent people. We're providing Israel with all the weapons they need and when they need them. And by the way, I'm the guy that organized the world against Iran when they had a full-blown intercontinental ballistic missile attack on Israel. No
You
one
also
was hurt.
said we shouldn't kill bin Laden, remember that?
You also unfroze, was it $6 billion to Iran? I believe it was $6 billion is the number we're looking for. The ship was the SS Minnow.
He's never been right on a military
not once.
decision, not once. That even people on the left say that.
You're right.
We continue to send our experts and our intelligence people as to how they can get Hamas. Like
He's losing his voice.
I know. He doesn't have 90 minutes of
He
this.
sounds like a little kid on the stand in Miracle on 34th Street. Because he doesn't look like Santa Claus.
We're only 36 minutes in.
Sounds like Brian Piccolo after the second tumor.
Imagine.
Get the reference.
My second term. And my wife.
Ukraine for 1 second.
Who would have believed it, Wolf?
Ocean separating us.
Who would have believed it?
The European nations together have spent $100 billion, or maybe more than that, less than us. Why doesn't he call them and say you got to put up your money like I did with NATO?
Wow.
To put up hundreds of billions of dollars. The Secretary General of NATO said Trump did the most
What?
incredible.
Yeah, I remember old YouTube when they didn't give a
like
fuck.
one flew over the
That was
cuckoo's nest. You
prime
know, when they're all
days.
built
I remember
up?
YouTube when it first came out. Literally, I know I'm not that old, but
He didn't do that.
when YouTube first came out, I was watching Naruto music videos on
Look at
that
the
shit.
money. We're over $100 billion more spent, and it has a bigger impact on them because of location, because we have an ocean in between. You got to ask them, as far as Israel and Hamas, Israel's the one that wants to go. He said the only one that wants to keep going is Hamas. Actually, Israel is the one, and you should let him go and let him finish the job. He doesn't want to do it. He's become like a Palestinian, but they don't like him because he's a very bad Palestinian. He's a weak one.
Dog life drink.
He's a very bad Palestinian. Like there's any other kind. What? Come on, folks.
Maybe. Depends on if they pay.
There's the little Palestinian that could. Don't you remember? I think I can kill Jews. I think I can kill Jews.
What happens if, in fact, you have...
Started using it for regular entertainment in 2011. Nice.
Attack on one is attack on all. You want to start...
It took me a while
And you want to make
use it
Ukraine
as,
part
like,
of
regular
NATO.
entertainment.
Think about that.
Ukraine and then move on to Poland and other places. It's just what happens then. He has no idea what the hell he's talking about. And by the way, I got 50 other nations around the world to support Ukraine.
Look at the difference. Look at away from the puck.
Right.
Look at Trump's face, Donald Trump's face when
Right.
Biden is talking. He's alert. He's going, I got him. I got him dead to rights, just like when he showered with his daughter. He's got him. Whereas Biden's going, huh? Shit.
Literally.
Would you support the creation of an independent Palestinian state in order to achieve peace in the region?
That's a stupid question. You're a stupid bitch.
I call it Mar-a-Lago West.
So they kill us on trade. I made great trade deals with the European nations. Because if you add them up, they're about the same size economically. Their economy is about the same size as the United States. And they were no cars. No, they don't want anything that we have. But we're supposed to take their cars, their food, their everything, their agriculture. I changed that. But the big thing I changed is they don't want to pay. And the only reason that he can play games with NATO is because I got them to put up hundreds of billions
I found that shit
dollars.
people forget.
You got to be clear on NATO, guys. Let's fact check this. You're supposed to
see.
spend 2% of your GDP. The United States was the only nation done it, and then under Donald Trump, they finally started getting close. So we foot the bill for the rest of the world, and Europe hates us until they say, oh, please, we hope the Americans come save us. That's a sort of amalgamation of all the shitty European accents.
It's pretty good.
It's a melange.
I heard a little Angela Merkel.
We're paying everybody's bills.
Let's turn to the issue of democracy. Former President Trump, I want to ask you about January 6, 2021.
What did I miss?
After you rallied your supporters that day, some of them stormed the Capitol to stop
here we go. Trump's ready for this, I guarantee you. He's going to say, you won't show it, but I told him peacefully. But watch, he's ready.
Yep.
Preserve, protect, and
Absolutely.
defend, unquote, the Constitution. What do you say to voters who believe that you violated that oath through your actions?
They listen to you too much,
on
Jake.
January 6th, and worry that you'll do it again?
Well, I don't think too many believe that. And let me tell you about January 6th. On January 6th, we had a great border. Nobody coming through, very few. On January 6th, we were energy independent. On January 6th, we had the lowest taxes ever. We had the lowest regulations ever. On January 6th, we were respected all over the world. All over the world, we were respected. And then he comes in, and we're now laughed at. We're like a bunch of stupid people.
He's pivoting.
What happened to the United States' reputation under this man's leadership is horrible.
Watch, they're going to follow up and ask him about
Weaponization, which I'm
specifics
sure
of
is-
January 6th. They won't let him do it.
I didn't like that.
They won't let him do it because they want to try and hang him on it. But guess what? It won't work.
No, it won't work. But I wouldn't accept.
What'd I tell you?
No, I agree, because that was a shit answer. That was too much of a pivot. Too obvious.
2021, and worry that you'll do it again.
Well, I didn't say that to anybody. I said
Now you-
peacefully and
That's
patriotically.
the answer.
And Nancy Pelosi,
That's what he should have
if you
said.
just watched the news from 2 days ago.
Trump 24,
to her daughter,
get $24 off a Mug Club because we will be there election night to cover that victory and to protect it with boots on the ground
For,
and real-time
AdSense
data
money?
so that democracy doesn't die in darkness. How about that, Wapo? That's not
Pretty sure-
copyrighted. If it is, come at me, bro.
Pretty sure I
We already
did
got a
too.
room at the La Quinta in Milwaukee. We're gonna have
Days of like actual creation.
No,
vice presidential suite.
We couldn't afford La Quinta. It's an Airbnb in the South Side.
I had virtually nothing to do. They asked me to go make a speech. I could see what was happening. Everybody was saying they're going to be there on January 6th. They're going to be there. And I said, you know what? There's a lot of people coming. You could feel it. You could feel it too, and you could feel it. And I said, they ought to have some National Guard or whatever. And I offered it to her, and she now admits that
She
she
did
turned
admit
it
that.
down.
There we
And
go.
it
She
was
admitted on the
the
HBO
same day
show.
She was, I don't know, you can't be very happy with her daughter because it made her into a liar. She said, I take full responsibility for January 6th.
President Biden?
Look, he encouraged those folks to go up on Capitol Hill, number one.
What did he say?
I sat in that dining room out there Oval Office. He sat there for 3 hours watching, begging, being begged by his vice president and a number of his colleagues in the Republican
Do you notice the
side
trend here?
to do
Biden is
something.
doing the Ferris Bueller girl defense. I know someone who said this, who said that, who was there. His vice president said this. These generals said this. These border people said this. Nothing empirical.
Sending the money fast enough
Because
when
he's
they
an
came
empty
with YouTube
suit
Red, so I didn't
wrapped in a
listen to ads
depends.
on mobile. Dude, I just got into the no ad shit like within the past like year or two. Like, I just had it, and I was like, you know, I don't care how much it fucking costs. I'm paying the money, bro. This, Hulu, all the shit that has ads. I'm paying for the no ads. Even though it's bullshit because I pay for a Hulu subscription, like, bro, that should be a no ads thing. There should be no ads on fucking Hulu. It's pisses me off.
Think about how hold on a second. Think about how terrifying that is. These people should be in jail. These people spent a year and a half in jail for trespassing when they were invited in, and you knew it, Joe. And so did Kinzinger, and so did Liz Cheney. As far as I'm concerned, that's as close as it gets to treason, which we all know the penalty for treason. When he just said they should be in jail, that's American citizens. Take the dumbest one of the lot, the QAnon shaman. He said be peaceful and was invited in. This president wants to talk about democracy. If you disagree with him and he can catch you on it, he wants you in jail. The good news is he has 70,000 new IRS agents to enforce it. You think that maybe you wrote off a business expense you shouldn't? A haircut? Guess what? He thinks you should be in jail. That's an authoritarian prick. That's Mussolini without the fucking charm.
Hey, don't be bringing the guineas into this.
I apologize. Pol Pot.
Okay.
Gone now, out of office. And Democrats, all Democrats.
We got rid of Hulu when they started including ads. Prime Video is doing the same thing. Yeah, no, Prime Video is pissing me off too. I can only watch it on my PC without ads.
Destroyed all of the information. They should go to jail.
My tablet, it gives me ads, and I'm pissed off. I'm trying to watch The Boys.
I want to give you a minute.
The only person in this
Talking about the commission, January 6th. Brought up his felony drink.
Oh, yeah.
Bring the drinking game rules back up. For people who are new to the stream,
Nobody believes that, Joe.
anytime he brings up his felonies,
Up in Capitol Hill.
Felony, Biden moment, thug life moment, moderator cuts him off.
Yeah,
Biden brings up his
I'm not
felonies,
paying
Trump
for that
references Hunter
extra.
Biden. Finish the drink when Biden freezes or uncomfortably long.
Prime especially. I already
pause.
paid
Working
fucking how
poops.
much for Prime? Like, bro, come
Which I
on.
think we have one potential.
Yeah.
Early on. Here.
We had a freeze.
And I asked him the first two debates we had, first time around. I said, will you
People can hear
denounce
you.
the
You're on the
Taliban?
microphone, even
He
if you
said,
whisper,
no,
Nick.
I'll tell them
I
to
don't get
stand by. And I didn't
He's
even
whispering the whole fucking debate.
Will you denounce
Especially when I went to Dana and said, pull my finger.
the people we're talking about now? You denounce the people who attacked that Capitol? What are you going to do?
I'm going to give you a minute, President Trump, for a follow-up.
Hold on, pause. Did you see? He never allows Donald Trump to toss it to Biden, but if he thinks Biden hasn't got you, he asks Trump to answer.
Absolutely.
What a bitch.
Go after, unquote, your political opponents. You just talked about members of the Select Committee on January 6th going to jail. Your main political opponent is standing on stage with you tonight. Can you clarify exactly what it means about you feeling you have every right to go after your political opponents?
Well, I said my retribution is going to be success. We're going to make this country successful again, because right now it's a failed nation. My retribution is going to be success. But when he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon at a very high level. His son is convicted, going to be convicted probably.
Mentioned Hunter Biden.
Times.
Bring up the drinking game rules for people who are missing it.
Only nonsense T-Mobile out, I guess. I'm seriously from my boys episode, no matter.
But he could be a convicted felon.
I keep getting mid-show ads. I keep getting mid-show ads. Even though I'm
that's
signed
not even
into my
real,
Prime
that's
account
conjecture.
on my tablet. I get mid-show ads, and I'm pissed.
The moderators are going to protect Biden on this. Watch.
You want $1 billion, or you change the prosecutor? Otherwise, you're not getting $1 billion. If I ever said that, that's quid pro quo. That we're not going to do anything. We're not going to give you $1 billion unless you change your prosecutor having to do with the son. This man is a criminal. This man, you're lucky. You're lucky. I did nothing wrong. We'd have a system that was rigged and disgusting. I did nothing wrong.
I love it.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden, you
Love
have
it.
said, I'm coming right to you, sir. Well,
I gotta go to bathroom.
Over here. A minute to respond.
He's giving him. I told you. What did I tell you?
Yeah.
It's one of the rare instances where he's going to cover for him.
What you're talking about is outrageous. It's simply a lie, number one. Number two,
That's all he
the
says.
idea that
Outrageous.
You have a right
Okay,
to
Johnny
seek
Cochran.
retribution against any American
said
just because you're
malarkey.
president is wrong.
Johnny
It's simply
Cockhead.
wrong. No president's ever spoken like that before. No president in our history has spoken like that before. Number three, the crimes.
No
that you
former
are
vice
still
president ever
charged
showered with their
think of all
9-year-old
the
daughter
civil
before, but I guess there's a
penalties,
first for all of us.
billions of dollars you owe in civil penalties
She 9?
for
I'm
molesting
playing
a
it
woman in
conservative.
public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star on the night while your wife.
How about
was
sex
pregnant.
with your niece?
What are you talking about? You have the morals of an Alex.
Joe,
Sex
what's
with
the name of your
dude,
granddaughter you
he's
denied?
calling
for
Trump a
how
liar
many
and
years?
not bringing any facts.
Number
Dude, for
one.
real, bro.
Number two,
Like, you
that
can
was a
see it
case that was
happening.
Started and moved.
Make sure you
They moved
pivot.
a high-ranking official, a DOJ, into the Manhattan DA's office to start that case.
True.
That case is going to
Parry
be
and
appealed
attack.
and won.
Parry and attack. Don't
We
spend
had
time
a
on it.
very terrible judge, a horrible judge, Democrat. The prosecutor
Just say
were
it's
all
bogus, go right
high-ranking
to Biden.
Democrats,
Yep.
appointed people, and both the civil and the criminal. He basically went after
Too
his
much time.
political
Perry,
opponent
go to
because
Biden.
he thought
Contrast.
it was going to damage me. But when the public found out about these cases, because they understand it better than he does, he has no idea what these cases are. But when they found out about these cases,
He
you know what
doesn't.
they did? My poll numbers
should
went up
ask
way
him.
up. You know that because you're reporting it. And we took in more money
You
in
know
the
that
last
'cause
2
you're
weeks
reporting it.
than we've ever taken in the history
Good,
of
he's pivoted to the
any
bogus
campaign.
conviction,
I don't
not
think any
the-
campaign has ever taken. Hundreds of millions of dollars came
'Cause
pouring
people
in
knew.
because the public knows it's a scam, and it's a guy that's after his political opponent because he can't win fair and square.
Thank you,
Yeah,
President
I
Trump.
kind of kept up with
Donald
the case a
Trump is
little
mad
bit.
Republicans
Biden already lost this
are
election.
I understand how
Giant freeze he
ridiculous
couldn't
it is
recover.
what they did. I don't know the specifics of exactly what they did to him, but I know that it's ridiculous what they did and how they couldn't have done that, that they shouldn't have.
The more they know about what he's done, yes.
That's a
The more
layup.
they know about
I
what
know.
he's done.
I know.
And there's a lot more coming. He's
Softball
got a
down
lot
the
of
middle.
cases that
Again,
coming
it-
out.
He really
He's
is a
got
piece
Pretty
of
much,
shit.
I watched the
Yeah.
Crowder
Face
coverage
to
show.
face.
I filtered
I
through
don't
all
know
his
what the jury
jokes
will
and
do.
bullshit and
He
character
just
and tried
insulted.
to
Here's
just get
one
the
thing that
facts out
Donald
of
Trump
it.
never
And
does.
so the
But
fact that-
He's
I
never
got
attacked the
that they
Democrat
did some
voters.
bullshit.
He's only attacked the Democrat
right.
Party. Joe Biden just attacked
say that
the voters.
Hitler had some good
He
ideas.
hates you.
What got
Do you
me involved
understand
in the
this?
first place
Do you
was
understand that the left
sometimes
actually hates you?
That's right.
He just told you that you are voting against democracy if you vote against him. This is the guy who said that Donald Trump would not be candidate. He will use any legal remedies possible available at his disposal. He hates you. They are trying to steal the election from you, and it's not Dominion. It's not the ghost of Chavez. Biden hates you. Donald Trump doesn't hate the Democrat voter. He genuinely feels empathy because he knows that they're being tricked. Biden is the one who's trying to trick you. Trump 24, we are going to be there election night, and I am going to be pissed. You can remove me from YouTube. You can remove me from Twitter. You can remove us from Facebook. I don't give a shit. Strike
Joe's
us
daughter
off.
was making
Strike
millions.
as many times as you want.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
expect
that's
to strike
right.
back. These people hate you,
Judge Gag
and they
Trump,
don't
that's right, the
want
gag order.
The United States of America
two star
to
witnesses
remain the fucking
committed
United
perjury,
States of America. He
Paul
just
admitted to
insulted half the country,
larceny on the
not
stand.
the
Holy
political
shit, yeah,
leadership.
that's fucking
not
crazy,
normal,
bro.
Joe. It's not normal. You're sick.
He did it a year into his presidency.
That is wild. That's so much
He
shit
just
at
keeps it running. He
once.
says he ran because of Charlottesville. He didn't run because of Charlottesville. He ran because it was his last chance. He's not equipped to be president. You know it, and I know it. It's ridiculous. We have a debate. We're trying to justify his presidency. His presidency, he's without question the worst presidency in the history of our country. We shouldn't be having a debate about it. There's nothing to debate. He made up the Charlottesville story, and you'll see it's debunked all over the place. Every anchor has, every reasonable anchor has.
They even just admitted it. Snopes just admitted that he said, "I'm condemning neo-Nazis and white supremacists totally." Biden has last election's talking points.
Biden looks like a painting of a president on a wall at the White House.
Yeah, yeah. If someone like accidentally sprayed insecticide on it and it got all weepy.
Listen. That somehow that's the only reason I ran. I ran because I was worried a guy like this guy could get elected.
You ran in 1988 and you had to be booted for plagiarism, you old coot.
Carrying those woods,
you weren't bright when you were bright.
Torches, and he didn't deserve to be president. Didn't deserve to be president at all. And the idea that he's talking about all this being fabricated, we saw with our own eyes. We saw what happened on January 6th. We saw the people breaking through the windows. We saw people occupying his own vice president. Look, there's a reason why 40 of his 44 top cabinet officers refused to endorse him this time. His vice president has
he keeps going right. His place. These people who I know, it's like an angry, bitter ex-wife. It's like, I know someone who doesn't like him.
Yeah, talk about unlikable.
First commercial break.
Okay, first commercial break. Look, guys, we have a major announcement. By the way, again, first off, Trump 24. Enter in that promo code at ladderwithcrowder.com/mugclub. We are going to own election night from Legacy Media. No one has the infrastructure that we have. It's cost millions of dollars. We need quite a bit more to make sure that we have everything that could possibly be tracked down, every single rabbit hole we can go down. We will have every tool at our disposal. Use Trump 24. You get $24 off. Election night, November 5th, 2024. We will be the best. I give you that promise, or I will retire forever. You'll never see me after the day of November 5th, 2024, if we are not the best stream on earth. It's okay. You can go take a tinkle.
You think your show is going to be better than a Colbert's? What are you, an asshole?
Hey, do it like we rehearsed. These are good people. And something else, too. I want to toss this really quickly. You can subscribe to this. A lot of you have asked, hey, I don't know where to start because you're overloaded in the information tech age. And if information is everywhere, information is kind of nowhere. So we are launching a new podcast. You can subscribe to it tomorrow on the Louder with Crowder Network or Mug Club Network, wherever you subscribe to this show on audio. It's called 3 in 3. It's 3 key facts on any given topic that you care about most in 3 minutes or less, and we make all the references publicly available. In my time here, working not only on this show, but being at Fox News, actually at CNN, HLN, appearing on MSNBC, BBC, Sky News, invariably you will come into 3 arguments that make up 90% of the arguments that you'll hear. 3 kind of key issues. If you have 3 key facts and know them well, you can have a firm grasp.
And it's way worse. Give me the music here. I need to hear speaker in here, please, sir.
Causes. And Black Americans are imprisoned at
You
5
show about
times
spiritual
the rate
mediums, talks
of
to
white
demons. Oh my
Americans.
God.
What
Cohen,
do you say
Trump's
to black
picture was.
voters who are disappointed that you haven't made more progress?
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Stop breaking
The
the
money payoff
law.
stormer.
Unbelievable.
Skim 30K in avoided tax.
She just asked that question. What is this, 1958? It's simple.
Black unemployment is the lowest.
Jesus H.
It's saying the same thing.
Number 3, we find providing
If
housing
Joe
for
wanted to
Black
have a chance, he'd go,
Americans.
"Hey, commit a lot of
And
crime."
Dealing with the segregation that exists among these corporate.
This guy hung out with
these
Bird, by the way.
corporations that collude.
You just had a break,
to keep
Joe.
People out of
He went to
houses.
Bird's funeral.
And in addition to that, we
Played the
find
trumpet.
that the impact.
We already
of,
have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
Choice.
Continue, Joe.
He said it.
Stephen, I can't play that on here.
Incredibly difficult.
Even though Joe Biden said that. That was a cut from Joe Biden. The president said that, not me.
I cut them
Sounds worse.
in half. We're going to make
Look
sure
what they did to my boy. Cut the hunter, all fucked up with the
Real quick, pull it up right now. Border Patrol Union just put this out. To be clear, we never have and never will endorse Biden. Fact check.
Oh, baby.
Boom.
I'm coming right back.
You have 49 seconds left. What do you say to black voters who are disappointed with the progress so far?
I say very clearly to be disappointed. Inflation is still hurting them badly. For example, I provided the idea that any black family, first-time homebuyer should get a $10,000 tax credit to be able to buy their first first time.
What?
So they're going to get started and make sure that we're in a situation.
Just the
where
black ones?
Black families and black individuals, provided that they can take out student loans and community, and they can engage in nursing.
What?
Anything having to do with volunteers. If they paid their bills for 10 years and their student debt, all the rest is forgiven after 10 years. Millions have benefited from that. And we're going to do a whole lot more for black families.
Thank you, President Trump.
Well, they don't like you.
Black Tuck lynching for an uppity black. Yep, I remember that one.
He caused the inflation, and it's
Yeah,
killing
dude.
black families and Hispanic families. And
No, that's abortion, but close enough.
It's killing people. They can't buy groceries anymore. They can't. You look at the cost of food, where it's
They're going to have to start
tripled and quadrupled. They can't live. They're not living anymore. He caused this inflation. I gave him
blacks.
a
Vote for Trump.
No, essentially no inflation. It was perfect. It was so good. All he had to do is leave it alone. He destroyed it with his Green New Scam and all of the other.
He is on his game tonight.
Drink. I could use a refill.
The fact is that his
Black voters in the 2020 election, Donald Trump got 7. Now he's at 18, and he's winning Latinos.
I think he's seen a ghost.
They're taking black jobs and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst.
46 to 40 with Hispanics, Biden. Hey, you're a marvel.
Inflation. When I became president, you know why? The economy was flat on its back. 50% unemployment.
What's he talking about?
That's what he's
He's talking about COVID.
That's why there's no inflation.
That's right.
There are no jobs.
25% of your jobs, Joe, are government jobs, by the way. That's 3 times more than Trump. You can add 70,000 new IRS employees, sorry, not agents, don't want to be fact-checked, and then claim it's an actual job, but it's not. You're stealing from the taxpayer to give it to people who will audit them. Reference is available at ladoscarter.com. Every single show.
Get rid of the ACA again, and we're going to try again if they win. We find ourselves in a position where the idea that we're not doing it, we put more police on the street than any administration has. He wants to cut the cops. We're providing for equity and making sure people are
He wants to cut.
Hey, we don't care about equity. We care about equality, Joe.
Get him a Socrates.
Tremendous amount of fees and way to handle the pandemic.
Thank you. Another persistent challenge is the climate crisis. 2023
No, it's not.
No, who cares? Nobody.
Donald Trump should lean into it and just say what a disaster this has been.
Extreme heat, intensifying wildfires, stronger hurricanes, and rising sea levels. Former President Trump, you vowed to end your opponent's climate initiative.
Is that why you look like a wet cat?
As president to slow the climate
Weather.
Let me just go back to what I said about.
Can you go back to that live, please?
These thunderstorms.
Almost every police group in the nation from every state is supporting Donald J. Trump.
Fact check true.
Louis Clarence responded to Indiana with their remark Biden's giving Thomas about unsubstantiated claims.
For 10 years he called them super predators. We can't, in the 1990s, we can't forget that. Super predators was his name, and he called it to him.
What else did he call
great
them?
offense.
Well, Hillary. I remember Hillary saying that.
Really quickly, bring up the soundbite. Just do it once. Do it again. Hurry.
He got it from Hillary,
We
though.
have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
Ooh.
Forgot about that one.
Incredible. He did a great job. Great senator from South Carolina.
And I say this as a known racist.
It was a great idea. It's one of the most successful economic
It
development
really is
acts
true, though.
ever in the country.
He's way more of a
Opportunity
racist than
zone.
Trump.
And the biggest
Close.
beneficiary are blacks, and that's why we have the best numbers with them in.
Yep. 1993, Biden warned about predators on our streets, referring to black men.
Double since last year his support from black.
Much of the black population, because he's done a horrible job for black people. He's also done a horrible job for Hispanics.
Eskimos.
But wait till you see these millions of people pouring into our country, and they're going to take the jobs, and it's already started, and you haven't seen anything yet. It's a disaster.
38 seconds left. President Trump will be
Ooh, he didn't use all his time. Look at that. You asked for discipline? You got it. You want discipline? Here's a push-up contest.
And I want absolutely
Cock push-ups.
And we had it. We had H2O. We had the best.
We had
numbers
H2O.
ever.
My favorite Halloween. Josh Hartnett. Busta Rhymes.
And yet, during our 4 years,
H2O.
ever.
This is about
And my
climate
top
carbon.
environmental people gave me that
Building new
statistic
nuclear
just
across the
before I
country.
walked
Yeah,
on
for
the
real.
stage.
There'd be real
He's not even using all his time.
effects if
He's
we actually
so
give a shit.
confident.
Andy, he said it's true.
Biden just lost the election tonight, folks. We'll put up a poll. He lost it. Watch the media tomorrow go into hyperdrive to try and spin this as a draw. And we're going to have Alex Jones on later because he's been going through it to talk about this tonight. The persecution is coming to an end, and I mean it. I truly believe it.
Contributors that they have to build these laboratories and the like. Any black student is capable in college of doing any white student can do. They just have the money, but now they'll be able to get those jobs in high tech.
Oh boy, that was his old quote.
That's not what he said. Regular student.
He said poor kids are just as capable as white kids. That's what he said. He just said it again accidentally. He can't stop the racism. I wish I loved anything.
No, let's build
as much as
windmills
I
and
love
solar
being racist.
panels. Yeah.
Climate Accord, I immediately joined it because if it reached 1.5 degrees Celsius, and then there's no way back.
Okay, follow me here. It's a disaster. He thinks he has a case in the hole, and he's laughing. It's a different tenor and tone.
I can't hear you over there.
Yeah.
Biden has no look at this. He has no confidence right now while Donald Trump talks. Donald Trump, confidence when Biden talks.
Absolutely.
It's a good actor away from the talk. You can tell by the reaction.
It was a disaster. Everything that he said just now, I'll give you an example. I heard him say before insulin. I'm the one that got the insulin down for the seniors.
Fact check
I
true.
took care of the seniors. What he's doing is destroying all of our medical programs because the
Drink will bring
migrants
up a
come
fact
in,
check and make
they
the
want
reference publicly
everybody-
available. Donald Trump brought down the cost of insulin. Joe Biden claimed he invented insulin.
But we're destroying our country.
Penicillin.
We're taking over our schools,
No,
our
he claimed he invented insulin.
Social Security.
He actually did that.
He is destroying Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
We already have enough thorium mined as a byproduct to power molten salt reactors for like the next 1,000 years. That's crazy, dude.
We're not
That's crazy.
How can we do anything?
What about China, Joe? Are they not of consequence with their bring up the chart of carbon emissions? We're the only ones of consequence. Who emits the most carbon, Joe? The reason we're not in it, or the reason we shouldn't be in it, because China's not, dummy. If every single one of you stopped driving and even stopped public transit, stopped your gas stoves, stopped heating and cooling your houses tomorrow, it would make zero difference because China doesn't give a shit and they're not in the accord. Fact check. There you go. Thank you. That's why we have the best team in the world. Thank you, guys.
I thought that was a pride badge. What kind of show is it?
Like a gram of thorium can produce enough power to sustain average person's needs for an entire year. That's insane, man. That's insane. I did not know that.
Look at Donald. Look at Donald.
What the fuck?
It was like my pet hamster when I was a kid, and I accidentally filled his water with nicotine fluid.
Why'd he stop?
There's no better time, guys.
Did he get the red light?
Go to crowdershop.com and enter in the promo code BidenSucks. 20% off. You get merch like this. I'm voting for the.
I think Biden's been seeing the light all night.
I love it. Go
He
do
just
it
can't
right
walk
now.
towards it.
20% off BidenSucks. Crowdershop.com.
It's coming.
I've been proposing that everybody they pay millionaires pay 1%. So
Top 50% of earners pay 97% of taxes. Fact check true.
And how many jobs are they
50% pay 97% of taxes. And when Donald Trump took office, we had the highest corporate tax rate in the industrialized world. That means more than Germany. That means more than France. That means more than England. That means more than any place you can name. We used to be behind the liberal progressives in Europe and the old world. We've now superseded them.
defeat this man because he wants to get this. He thinks there's plenty to
You're not trying to defeat a man now, Joe. You are fighting a specter. You are fighting a shadow that looms over you, and you are
Molten salt reactors don't
There
produce
aren't enough
depleted
depends on the
uranium as a
world to
byproduct,
save
which
its
can be
life.
used to make weapons. Heavy water reactors do.
I have no idea. I don't know what slacks are.
Well, the sock batteries were developed by the same scientists of heavy water. There's one main reason we pursued heavy water over molten salt. That makes sense, right?
In a circumstance where 400,000 people, 40 million people do not have insurance.
I didn't know that about the
condition.
those different elements there.
Is the fact that they in fact are part of the ACA. And by the way, the other thing is, in a situation where we talk about education for black communities, I've raised the amount of money for Pell Grants, another $8,000.
But you haven't raised the performance, Joe. The key demographic here cares about the performance. The key metric that matters is performance, Joe. Bring up the fact check. There are more people in schools in America, especially black schools in America, I don't remember the district, who are actually scoring a majority, are failing literacy and basic math. And that's new. That's new, Joe. It's new.
How long have we been throwing money at that problem? Since I was 10. That's right, the early 40s.
Ukraine, and everything he does is a lie. It's misinformation and disinformation. The losers and sucker story that he made up is a total lie on the military. It's a disgrace. But Social Security, he's destroying it because millions of people are pouring into our country, and they're putting them onto Social Security. They're putting them onto
$150 billion to $425 billion a year illegal immigration costs the American taxpayer. Fact check that shit. It's not even close. $20 billion to build a wall. That's absolutely true. $150 billion, low end, $425 billion. You don't think that takes money from Social Security? Donald Trump is on it tonight. Joe Biden just lost the election. The media can't fix it. Expect big tech to go into overdrive. They're panicking. Trump24, lidoilwithcrowder.com/mugclub, $24 off. We'll be there.
That terminal got fired.
Link in the description. Click the link. It makes it easy. Or you're gay.
Click the button on Rumble.
Number two.
It was 40% in Baltimore.
What is it? 49% of high school.
40% of high schools in Baltimore had 0 students test proficient in math.
Yeah.
Proficient.
46% of all schools in Baltimore had 0.
40%.
That's because the
40%
math
had
is
0. I'm looking at a small screen.
That math be racist, man.
That's right, bro.
Shit.
Y'all.
Vowels and consonants.
Special ed programs scored higher. I'm
Holy
serious.
God.
Inflation's been increasing. And by the way, worst president history, 159 presidential scholars voted for him the worst president.
It keeps going. I know a guy who knows somebody who said something. It's not going to win the American people. He's flailing.
Flailing is right.
Have tried to address this issue, but the average cost of child care in this country has risen to more than $11,000 a year per child for many families.
Well, Biden has a plan for that. You kill the kids.
What a fucking idiot, bro.
No, you kill the fetuses.
To make child care more affordable.
So sick of just having a retarded fucking teammate.
The general got fired because he was no good.
Christ,
and
man.
if he said that, that's why he made it up. But we have 19 people that said
Nobody's
I didn't say
fucking
it,
on
and they're
him.
very highly respected, much more so than him.
Can't get out of fucking gold, bro. It
Fact check
sucks.
true. Snopes said he didn't say it. Biden is using talking points that are so old, it's not even close. That's the wrong Snopes.
Not the very fine people one.
Not easier.
Anybody want to bet me?
The one about losers and suckers.
Yeah, losers.
It's 3 a.m. I'm gonna stop this and go to sleep. I feel like fucking dealing another hour and a half of this. All right, Stabby, thank you for tuning in, stopping by, and saying hi and shit. I got the other half of this to watch, so I think we know how it goes. Thanks for stopping by. I love you, man. See you later. Everybody else, stay safe, stay hydrated. As always, keep it zen, baby. See you tomorrow for day 323. I will check out the memes. I'll be looking up some Reddit shits, see what they got out there. So, peace out, bro. Stay safe. Boom.